Well, hello and good afternoon. Welcome back to the Airborne Lawyer YouTube channel. And this afternoon, the pilot in command is Captain Ben here. Ben, introduce yourself.
Hello.
Do you want to tell us what you're going to be doing today?
So today I'm going to be flying a Finnair Airbus A319 from Keflavik International Airport in Iceland to Helsinki Vantaa International Airport in Helsinki in Finland. So yeah, let's get started.
Do you want to have a look outside? Show us the plane.
We've got an EasyJet over here. So this is our plane, Finnair. It's smaller than some of the other planes I've flown. This is an A319 with the CFM 56s.
Are you on ground power at the moment or APU?
I'm on ground power. I'll turn on the APU.
And you've done boarding, right?
Yeah, boarding's completed. I'm not sure if my door's closed. So yeah, as you can see, BIKF, which is Keflavik, to EFHK, which is Vantaa Helsinki. Right.
Shall we do a bit of a cockpit drill to get everything turned on and ready?
I think
Let's have a look at the overhead panel and see if there's anything left up there. So your navs are all aligned.
So there are no white lights, navs are aligned. These lights are supposed to be on for packs and engine generators.
And we've turned on the APU, but we haven't switched to APU power yet.
We can test the fire alarms.
Nice.
Yep, fire alarms are working. APU is still firing up.
Oh, it's just reached 100%, look. There it is.
APU bleed, still power off.
And now we hear that air conditioning noise coming in.
Not that we need it, because it's... How cold is it in BIKF?
Let's have a look. So let's just transition so we can see what we're looking at.
It is 10 degrees, so we probably don't need air conditioning. Oops, 757.
Right, okay, so why don't we go to the iPad? You've imported your flight. Let's go nice and close to the iPad so we can see it on the screen. That's it. So your cabin door's still open, but boarding is otherwise completed. Let's go to fuel.
Fuel.
Get the fuel on board.
We can load it.
So 9,300 kilograms of fuel required. Payload.
Payload.
Boarding completed.
There we go.
So I've got a
fairly
full flight today.
Okay. So let's now go over to
FMGC.
Yeah.
Turn this on even though it's not simulated. There's no point. Cinema screen button there. Okay, ATSU.
I should say that Ben has had a number of hours flying the A319, A320, A321.
That's the first time I've flown the A319.
Oh, with one more virtual.
Yeah. Okay, so Finnair 994, we're departing from Keflavik, arriving in Helsinki, and our estimated time in the air is 3 hours 2 minutes.
We will skip through the tricks.
Yeah.
We're not going to sit here for a full 3 hours.
Yeah, and we will speed it up, so you won't have to sit there watching it. Okay, back to FMGC. So this is just the data to,
You can see our nav data is up to date because it expires on the 7th of August. That's all the kind of, navigation data which is loaded into this computer.
Init. So let's go init. So what you do, you follow a pattern. Diffrips. D-I-F-I init B page, so you click the right arrow. P. And then you're ready to go. But we're still on init, so let's go init request. So
do you want to just cross-check that against your flight plan? Okay. So cost index 21, flight level 370.
Cost index 21, flight level 370.
So that's cross-checked against the flight plan, that's correct. And absolutely, setting 370 in the autopilot, ready?
So 37,000 feet.
Perfect.
Wind request, then this will tell us the wind
So that puts in the winds at various altitudes where you're going to be climbing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's init done. Now we go to for diff rips. We get to F. For
Flight plan. BIKF. Departure.
So shall I get the ATIS for you? Would that be helpful? Let's see. So 128-300.
Contact. You have it as Alpha.
So it's information Alpha.
Keflavik is Alpha.
Just 1 second.
Issued at 1,220 UTC. Runway 19 in use. Expect ILS or RNP approach. Runway 19. Weather at 1,200 UTC. Wind 210 degrees 13 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Light drizzle. Broken at 600 foot. Overcast at 1,700 feet. Temperature 2.9. QNH 1000 hectopascals. 2,953 inches. Transition level 7.5. Advise on initial contact. You have it as Alpha.
1000.
Right, okay, good. We have information
Keflavik
Alpha in that
is
case.
Alpha.
So, we're taking off southbound. Why don't we just transition across? We'll have a look at Navigraph quickly. This is our
Flight plan.
over to Helsinki. And if
So
we
we're
zoom right
still
in
here.
on Reykjavik, they said we're taking off runway 19, which is this runway here. So
Okay, so it's
southbound
not a
runway.
very long taxi.
Not a
as
long
You can
taxi.
see.
And
So runway 19. Let's put that in here.
hang on, I'll just transition across. There we are.
Runway 19.
So departure on runway 19. Have a look at your flight plan. Can you see what the departure route is?
Lute 3 Charlie. Let's just double check that.
Yeah, there it is.
What?
Lute 3 Charlie. You can see it just up the top there. Look.
Oh yeah, Lute 3 Charlie.
And there it is.
Lute 3 Charlie.
So insert that. And then in Helsinki,
EFHK. It's arrival.
well, what we could do here is have a quick look at Google Chrome.
Gone.
Sorry, at
Flight
Flight
radar.
Radar. And
Let's just type it in here. What's that? EFHK.
that's right.
Show map.
So almost certainly landing on one of the 2-2s, I think, given those winds. But you see, the winds are 220 at 10, and I know the runway direction is 220 degrees. He's taking off that way. He's taking off that way. I think we should assume 2-2. So they've got 2-2 left, 2-2 right. 2-2 left is closer to the terminal, so why don't we go with that? If you go back to your FMGC, see if you can find 2-2 left. Okay, minus 2-2 left, perfect.
And it's the. I find it easier looking at it down here. Here it is. EFHK. Nogma.
Oh, it's Lakut 7
Oh
Alpha.
yeah, Lakut 7 Alpha.
So the last one. So scroll through.
Oh.
There we go.
Lakut 7 Alpha. Insert.
What are we going to do now?
Check flight plan discontinuities.
Good idea. Looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. So of diff rips, we've done data, init, and flight plan. The
Should
R
we clear
is,
that?
No, that's an approach. That's a discontinuity when we're on approach, and we may have vectors if we've got controls online. So we'll figure that out later.
Let's just take it back
So
to the
that's
top.
diff done. Now onto the rips. So
Rips.
radio, KFV is the nearest VOR beacon, so we could pop that on the
With
screen.
0.6 nautical miles away. So
That makes perfect sense, given
Barely
you're
far.
in Keflavik. So zooming in, then I is next, diff rips. So I for init. We've got 9.3 in for block fuel, so that's just shy of 9,300 kilograms of fuel to get us to Helsinki. So pop that in there. And then have a look at your iPad, and can you see what your zero fuel weight and zero fuel weight central gravity?
Zero fuel weight is 53.5. And
Mhm.
zero fuel weight central gravity is 24.1.
And whilst we're there, can you have a look and see what your gross weight is?
62,851.
Okay, excellent. Right, so now let's go back to the FMGC and put those bits and pieces in there.
So what was it?
So zero fuel weight was 53.5. And then go slash. And the zero fuel weight centre of gravity is 24.1. Excellent. Right, so that gets us to...
Perth.
Yeah.
Now on here, we're going to go to sim brief, should we transition?
Yes, we will do in just a second. Okay, so here we are on SimBrief, the takeoff calculator on SimBrief. So you're selecting an Airbus A319, which is fine, so we'll just go with default, that's fine. Our departure is BIKF, runway is 19.
Yeah.
Now in weight, what we want to say there is what our gross weight is, and I think we should put in 62,850.
62,850.
I took that from your iPad and wrote it down. Optimum flap setting.
Yep.
Toga slash flex is fine. Lead auto, anti-ice auto. Winds, we said, are actually 210 at 3. That's what's reported on the ATIS.
210.
Outside air temperature is actually
10.
Yeah. And if you switch the altimeter to hectopascals, then it should be 1,000, 1000.
Condition.
We can say wet, it's drizzle. They said, by the way, also worth noting that the ATIS was reporting low clouds, so we're expecting to go straight into cloud after takeoff.
Okay. Calculate.
Calculate. So you go back into the sim, and I will read it out for you. So you've got a V1 speed of 137 knots. You've got a rotate speed of 141. And V2 is 145. On the ATIS, they reported a transition level of 7.5, so if you put 7,500 into transition altitude. And your takeoff calculator is saying your flap should be set to 1, and flex takeoff temp is 64. And for the benefit of our viewers, just worth showing that all of the data I've just read out there is just contained in this output from the calculation that we put in. So we put in our weight and our departure runway and all of this information, then go calculate and it tells us. So V1, rotate, V2 are those speeds, 137, 141, 145. It's going to be a flex takeoff.
We've got a fighter jet flying over.
Yeah, I can hear something out there too.
Yeah.
And
should we close the door? It's a bit glary.
You can close the door if you like, Captain.
Can you close it? Okay,
I'll close it. No, that's fine. Fair enough. You are the pilot in command.
And then, if we go next phase, you can... oh, don't worry, it doesn't show until we're in the air. Okay. So we're about ready. Oh, we've got some
now.
We've got some
there's
other
a few
planes,
movements going on here.
Got an
Right,
EasyJet.
so
okay. It looks like they crashed into each other. Is it pushing back from the same
They may
gate?
have pushed back from the same gate, indeed. Right, so we're actually now quite close to being ready. So let's go back in the cockpit and think about what we need to do now.
So we need to request pushback clearance.
We do. Let me just check the ATIS very quickly to make sure it remains information alpha. 1 second.
Wind 200 degrees 11 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Light drizzle. Broken at 600 foot. Overcast at 1,700 feet. Temperature 9. 2.9. QNH 1001 hectopascals.
It is now 1001 on the
2,956 inches. Transition level 7.5. Advise on initial contact. You have it as Bravo.
Let's just make sure it's still runway 19.
Keflavik is Bravo. Issued at 1,250 UTC. Runway 19 in use.
Okay, that's fine.
Expect ILS. Or
okay, good. So, we have the ATIS, and I'm now going to tune to Keflavik approach on 119.3.
It's not showing anything. You won't be able to see it.
Huh?
It's not showing anything. Same program.
Oh yeah, sorry. Because I need to transition across. That's right. So I've just tuned in our radio to 119.3, which is Keflavik approach. And I think what we can now do is go ahead and request clearance, which I will do. Do you want to get rid of the jetway and the pushback truck, and I'll get our clearance?
I'll just say that by prepare for pushback and departure.
And just while that's happening, I'm just going to make a change here. Just set the mouse for a second. Okay, so I'm going to request our clearance.
I've got some other aircraft over here.
Just you just stay quiet for a moment, son, whilst I request clearance. You can do a little tour of the airport whilst I'm doing this. But
hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Keflavik approach, Finnair 994, with information Bravo QNH 1001 requesting clearance to Helsinki.
Finnair 994, Keflavik, good afternoon. Information Bravo to current QNH 1001, cleared Helsinki, Luta 3 Charlie departure, runway 19er, initial climb flight level 290, squawk 3104.
Finnair 994 cleared to Helsinki, Luta 3 Charlie departure off runway 19, initial climb flight level 290, squawking 3104.
Finnair 994, readback is correct, call for push and start.
Okay, so we're almost there now actually. I've just got to now change our squawk code on the transponder to 3104.
That bridge that PJ2 request action.
Okay, so we've got that in. Now we do not have pushback clearance yet, so we don't want to actually move away. I'll call him first. So let's just look down here. Have we got the transponders on?
Main apron, November 3 on November, and
weather
we'll
radar,
go
bits and pieces there.
A2.
Excellent. And we've locked the cockpit door.
No, that's
Oh, you'd like to have your armrest down, didn't you? There we go. Very good.
Arm hurts.
Okay, so this all looks, I think, pretty good. Have you put the seatbelt signs on?
Yeah.
Should we go to your checklist and make sure we've done everything? So gear pins and covers are removed. Fuel quantity, we've got, just short of 9,300. Seatbelts are on, add ears are aligned and on. Barometric reference is 1001. Before start, while the parking brake is set, takeoff speeds and thrust we've calculated, windows are all closed, beacon we can now turn on. And just for the avoidance of doubt, we definitely have all the doors closed, don't we? We can check that down here.
Yeah, all closed.
We do. Excellent. Okay, I will call for push and start. Keflavik approach, Finnair 994, request push and start.
Finnair 994, once the Titan Airbus passes from your right to left, push and start up approved, release point 6.
Once the Titan Airbus has passed behind us right to left, push and start approved, release point 6, Finnair 994. Okay, that's an interesting instruction. So just jump outside for a second, Ben. Let's see, I don't think we've got Titan model matching going on, but we're looking for the, I think that is the Titan Airways that's got a clear behind us. So jump back into the plane. Let's just check a few bits and pieces here, okay? So first of all, if we have a look at the radar screen here on SimAware, if I put it in colour it's a bit easier. So there's that plane, he's just gone behind us. That is the Titan, you see it says Titan Airways. So that's definitely, so he has gone behind us. So we can now push and start. But the other thing that the controller told us, he just said release point 6. So let's see, what does that mean? Let's have a look. If we look at the map of the airport, I can't see release point 6 there. Let's see what other maps we've got of this airport. parking stance.
Yeah, Zap 882, ready upon reaching.
There we go. So we've got to push
Zap
back to
882,
there.
Roger, surface wind
Okay.
200 degrees,
straight
11 knots,
We
runway
want to go
19, clear for
back,
takeoff.
nose
Clear for
left,
takeoff,
tail
runway
right.
19, Zap
Okay.
882.
Okay, just 1 second. I'm just going to transition us back to the cockpit. There we are.
Continue pushback.
Continue pushback, and it's nose left, tail right. Perfect.
Release parking brakes, please.
Excellent.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
And yeah, start the clock. Excellent.
Oh, hang on.
Okay, here we go. So when did you fly out then, Ben, to Keflavik?
Last weekend,
Last weekend?
I think. Was it last weekend?
It was during last week, wasn't it, I think?
Yeah. In the A320. I think it was on Monday, actually. I flew on. So just going to turn these on. Yes, I know, it's not a night flight, but it is quite dark here. Oh! It started raining on this. And the mic is on slightly. Make a strange noise. Are we pushing back? Oh yeah, we are.
Yeah, yes. Just go outside, because I have a feeling we might not be pushing. No, it looks okay. But let's just see how we get on.
Can we go back in the cockpit?
I think he is going to take us back to that yellow line. That's good. Okay. Oh, it stopped raining again now. Just think that's the slow setting as well for those wipers, isn't it?
So imagine how fast the fast setting is.
Yeah. Okay, you have successful engine start engine number 2, so you can now start engine number 1. Very good.
I don't know why they start engine 2 first.
Shall I tell you?
Yeah.
So they start engine number 2 first because all the services
Oh yeah.
are on the left-hand
you
side, like
told
the
me that.
jetway, and
You don't
people getting on board,
You don't. You.
the stairs at the
There's
back.
Zap 882, report your passing altitude.
Waiting your confirmation.
So it's just an extra safety
Yeah,
measure
2400, Zap
as they're removing equipment from the left-hand side.
Zap 882, manufacturer identified,
Right, so
continue
do
unrestricted
you
flight
want
level
to do
290.
Noisy.
So they're now going to disconnect. Let's do the post
Pitch trim.
takeoff bits and pieces as well. Before we do that, Ben, let's set auto brakes to max.
Flaps 1.
Flaps 1.
Check.
Check all your control surfaces. You are not in takeoff configuration yet. It's because your spoilers aren't armed, so go to the flight control button. And we're going to check all of these control
I
surfaces.
prefer doing this from outside so I can just absolutely make sure they are working.
Okay.
Right, left.
75 Bravo, push start 10-6. D7 Quebec Bravo, push and start on the road, ready, point radio. Push that through for the point radio. Give it a run.
So jump back in. Right, so that's all done. Flaps are set. You've armed the speed brake, which is good. Now, what we need to do is our takeoff trim. So if you go and hover over the throttles, zoom in a bit. So our centre of gravity is 24.1. So we need to get that arrow in the centre there, or rather, so you can see what we're looking at. That arrow there needs to be roughly where 24 would be. So keep going a bit more, about where the 2 is. That's perfect. Okay, straighten up your view. Excellent. So that's that bit done. We can now turn off the APU. And as you say, as you've just done there, turn on the taxi lights, which is good. What we may as well do in readiness for departure is we can extend the landing lights, even if we're not going to turn them on just yet. we can put the engine starter to the normal position.
Yep.
And now we could just run through that checklist on the iPad. So pitch trim we've done.
Completed. Mark checklist is complete. Proceed to next checklist.
Flight controls done. Flap setting, one
Check.
planned, one is set.
Check. Check. There.
Keflavik approach.
Very thorough.
Check.
Can't fault that. Radar and predictive wind shear we've switched on. Engine mode selector is in the centre position. Takeoff memo is all clear, no blue. Well, the only blue is cabin. They'll let us know when they're ready. So we'll mark that complete. Next checklist, takeoff runway, we will verify TCAS we have on. Packs 1 and 2 will have on as well. Good.
Okay. Let's just check status. Normal. Okay.
All normal.
Clear to Akari Airport with the Lutet Speciality
So
Park Runway
set
1
back in the
and
centre position
flight level
and request
230
taxi
and squawk
clearance.
1357. Plane 901. Plane 901, read back correct, call for push and start.
Why did we type out 445?
I'll call you. Plane 901.
Why does it say 4445 up in the
I think you may have, when it was clicked away, you may have typed that. Okay, I'm going to request taxi clearance. Keflavik approach, Finnair 994, request taxi.
Finnair 994, say again.
Finnair 994, request taxi.
Finnair 994, taxi to Holland Point runway 19 via main apron, November 13, November.
Holding point for runway 19 via November 1, main apron, November 13 and November. Finnair 994. Right, okay, so if we just quickly transition over here, you can see we're roughly where this sits is here.
Yeah.
So we're going to go straight down November 13 and then November all the way out to the holding point, and just not far to taxi, straight down November to here.
Hold position.
Yeah.
Okay, all ready?
Yep.
Clear 901.
Okay, off you go.
Off we go.
Easy 7 correct Bravo, are you going to be ready for taxi shortly? Approximately another maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Roger that, brake clear 901, your
How
push and
long's the
start
runway we're
approved,
taking off
caution
How
aircraft
long is the
just to
runway
be
we're
stand free.
taking off on?
It is 10,024
Clear for push and start, plane 901
and for our viewers, I'm getting that from a map of the airport here. You can see we're the pink arrow just making our way out to the holding point here. This is the end of runway 19, and it says alongside runway 19 10,020, and that's feet.
When I flew into Reykjavik, I did a very good landing. I landed on runway 28.
You did, didn't you?
Yeah.
What was your landing feet per minute?
I think it was 195.
That's very good.
Grass taxiways.
They're not grass taxiways, it's just really odd ground textures. I don't quite know what's going on there.
I think flight sims aren't quite textures aren't quite. Long haul pilot. Long haul pilot's been doing a lot of flying, especially on long haul flights.
Now we are nearly at the holding point here for runway 19.
Yeah. So what should we do? Stop.
We're going to stop at the line because we do not have clearance to enter the runway. So really, you're the pilot flying. Captain, are you happy with this? Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
So just hold position there. So I'm going to request departure clearance from our controller. Keflavik approach, Finnair 994, ready for departure.
Finnair 994, roger, surface wind 200 degrees, 11 knots, runway 19 clear for takeoff.
Clear takeoff from runway 19, Finnair 994. Okay, strobes on, landing lights on.
Oh.
And away we go.
We're not on the runway yet, so you can't say
So
yet.
quick word again about our takeoff protocol, our takeoff procedure.
Yeah.
Easy 7 correct Bravo,
So you're going to advance the throttles to 50%.
Easy 7 correct
of
Bravo,
N1,
roger,
just
if you
here.
can make the next
I'll call that
Flex.
and then
it is
continue
flex
main
takeoff.
8
I will
from
call power
November
stable.
14 November to
When
Holland
I
Point
say
runway
power stable, you
19.
can advance
Yep,
into the
we can do that,
flex
thank you.
detente
Bye-bye.
up here.
Mhm.
I will then say take off power set. You will say
Check. Oop, didn't mean to stop.
next up. I will say 80 knots.
Check.
But and you will check looking at the primary flight display to see the speed
Making
is
sure
right.
where you're at. Yeah.
And then you're waiting to hear V1
Rotate.
and rotate. You'll gently pull back. Once I see positive rate, I will say positive rate of climb. And when you're ready,
Gear
you're
up.
happy with your
Yeah.
takeoff, you will say
Gear up.
okay. Right, over to you, Captain.
Zap 882, you're shortly about to leave my sector. Unfortunately, breaking the controls offline. Climb at your discretion. Monitor Unicom 122.8. See you later, Alex.
Dark side, Zap 882. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah.
Power stable.
Check.
Take off power set.
Check.
Knots.
Check.
V1. Rotate. Beautiful takeoff then. Well done. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Selected. Gear up indicated.
Check.
That was a lovely takeoff.
North Rail.
Actually as overcast as I thought it would be.
TC7, Quebec Bravo, ready for takeoff.
EG7 Quebec Bravo, line up runway 19.
Runway 19, take Quebec Bravo.
I've got
Clear,
this
no,
and
should have
another
wanted to do
colour
it.
place going around the head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shall I bring the flaps
Clear
in?
901,
Can you
taxi
see
by
the
main
DS?
8 front,
Yeah. Actually, I don't
November
want to take
13
my
November,
time.
Holland Point runway
No, I think
19.
you're okay here.
Okay, flaps in.
You've got plenty of airspeed. There we go. But yes, you're right.
Main 8 run
Certainly at low speeds it's best not to.
13 and 30.19 Peninsula. Finnair 994, report you passing altitude.
Keep an eye on that
Just
sound.
1 second, mate. Finnair 994, passing through 3,500 feet.
Finnair 994, manufacturer identified, continue unrestricted climb flight level 290.
Continue unrestricted flight level 290, Finnair 994.
EG7 correct Bravo, surface wind 200 degrees, 11 knots, runway 19, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff,
Is he
runway
talking to
19,
us?
Quebec Bravo.
I thought he was talking to us when he said clear for takeoff.
No, he's not talking to us.
He's talking to the EasyJet, I think.
Yeah, he asked us for our passing altitude, the altitude we were going through, which I gave him, and then he's cleared us to continue on to flight level 290. It's actually not as bad up here as I thought it might be.
It's not as bad as it was when he flew up to Reykjavik. I couldn't see. I could only see after 5,000 feet.
Okay, I'm just going to change your climb mode here. There we are.
Wait, we're only got our cruise altitude is 29,000.
That's our initial initial altitude that we've been cleared up to by air traffic control.
So will we not go up to 37,000?
We will. He said on the clearance, initial climb flight level 290.
Player
So
9, correction, player 901, line up runway 19. Line with 19, player 90.
to avoid some of the worst weather here, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, through transition altitude. Standard pressure set.
EG7 correct Bravo, report your passing altitude.
I don't have the autopilot.
Bravo.
EG7 correct Bravo, manufacturer identified, continue unrestricted flight level 290. Unrestricted 290, EG7, Quebec Bravo.
You're still flying manually. This is pretty impressive. You're bang on the flight directors there as well.
Yeah.
Really good sign.
The flight directors are these. You want to get the green cross. So you want to get it on a green cross like this.
And it's the little yellow box, isn't it, in the middle? You need to get right in the middle of the green cross.
Well, not right in the middle, but you need to, ideally get it close as you can. Gosh, this cloud is quite bad. I can trust the flight directors, so I'm just going to follow the flight directors.
So we're going to carry on over the next few hours and fly up to Helsinki, and
I think it's about 3 hours, 25 minutes.
yeah, and we'll come back when we are on our approach.
Just turn on the autopilot.
Great. We'll speak to you later on.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the flight.
Yeah, so we've descended.
We are descending.
We are descending.
Yeah. We've been in the air now for, well, we left 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
Why don't we just continue the descent for the minute? We're down at 19,000 feet, aren't we?
What altitude?
Just take it down to 15. Because
We do have to be at 10,000 by below 10,000 by.
Lakut.
Yeah, which is the next waypoint. So.
Okay. Well, actually, we need to be above. So if we look at the chart here, here's the chart, the arrival that we're doing. That Lakut we need to be above 10,000.
Oh.
So we're okay at the moment. Now let's get the ATIS information. So that's on 135.075. Let's see what we can hear on that.
At time 1550, expect ILS approach. Arrival runway 15. Transition level 65. Wind 230
Change the
degrees.
runway.
10 knots. Variable between 210 and 270 degrees. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. View 3,900. Temperature 23. 2.13. QNH 1012. Trend.
Okay.
No significant.
Right, so that's interesting.
Should
so
we
are
do the
actually
Laku
going-
18
I think so.
mic?
Let's do that one.
Insert.
Let's assume that. So we've just picked up the weather and airport information, which is telling us that we're actually landing on runway 15. Now we planned for 22 left.
And I've
didn't we?
put that in.
You put that in. Well done. So let's just have a quick look at what that looks like. So it's now. Well, I tell you what we could do is have a look over here. Was it Lakut 8 Charlie?
Laku 8 mic.
Okay. So if we put that on that graph, what does that look like? Lakut 8 mic. Can we find that here? 8 whiskey. Look down these arrivals. 8 mic. There we go. Right. So same again. In fact, you can just see the little pink arrow here. We're
That's
just getting
us.
off the chart. So we're going to come in here and.
Which
I guess
runway
we just
are we
wait to see
landing?
what happens from Helpo, right? Why didn't you take us down to 10,000 now, Ben? Hang on, I'll just transition back over so we can see the cockpit. Let's go down to 10,000, and then we know. Then we know we're broadly on profile, and we have a controller on at Helsinki.
Yep.
He is on 119.1, so I'm just going to tune that. Radius.
119.1.
Okay, so we're tuned in. I was just thinking about that because you can see we're just a little bit over on target speed there, so just slowing up nicely, which is excellent. Right, so let's assume we're going into runway 15. We'll do the ILS. Let's take a look at that chart. So, runway 15. Our minimum altitude is 363 feet. We're on, and if we go missed, we need to go. If we do a missed approach, we need to climb out to 2,000 feet after we go.
So that's if we do a go.
If we do a go around, yes. So we climb out to 5,000 feet and turn to 080 degrees, but we can figure that out. Or think about that again once we're on final approach. We need to be at 2,000 feet by Elkin as well. So minimums of 363, climb out to 2,000 if we go missed approach, and we need to be at 2,000 at Elkin. Let's just transition back to the cockpit and take a look now. So can you find your performance page on the FMGC? We can put in the various bits of data that we know. Oh, there's the controller, just beeping to tell us he's online. So let's tune in to speak to him. Helsinki approach Finn 994, you're descending through flight level 111.
Hello, Finn 994. Radar contact cleared for Lockwood 8 mic arrival from runway 15. Information echo.
Cleared like at 8 mic approach for runway 15 and information echo we have Finn 994.
Finn 994, thank you. When ready, descend 5,000 feet, KNH 1012, no traffic in your vicinity.
Say again, descent altitude flight, Finn 994.
Finn 994, when ready, descend to 5,000 feet, KNH 1012, and there is no traffic reported in your vicinity in time control airspace.
Roger, when ready, descend 5,000 feet, QNH 1012, and no traffic reported. Finn 994. I was saying speed with there.
Finn 417, leaving my
Right, so
terminated
select 5,000 feet because he's cleared us down 5,000 when we're ready. So let's just hold that for the moment. What we're going to do is look at the green dot, look, over on the primary flight display. Okay, so that is now going down, so now push in the button. That means we are ready, essentially. Just straighten up the view. Right, go to your FMGC.
Yeah.
So from the weather information we got, we know that the QNH is 1015. The
I heard
temperature...
1012.
sorry, 1012. You're quite right, Ben. You're quite right. Good. That's really good listening as well, because it's not always the easiest to hear on air traffic control. The temperature is 23 degrees. And
It's not as cold as it was in Iceland.
yeah, indeed. And the winds are 230 at 10.
230.
And our decision altitude is 363 feet, and we can put that in the barometric box. So that bit is
What's
done.
our transition altitude? Do we
Transition altitude, I think, is 6,000. He's already cleared us down to 5,000, so that's all good. So that bit's done. We are
below
we're
10,000?
below 10,000, so we can put the landing lights on. Very good.
Also turned on the seatbelt signs.
Now, just looking at your navigation display, just zoom in a little bit on that navigation display. In fact, if we just do that, look, what you can see here is Elkin. You see that there?
Yeah.
So flying towards Helpo and then Elkin. And if we go back to Navigraph, what we can see is Elkin.
Yeah.
So that all matches up. If we look at our arrival, well, the arrival that we were on a moment ago, we know that that takes us to Helpo, and then we're going to go to Elkin. So I think he might give us a radar heading from Helpo to link up with Elkin. That would be what I'd expect.
Yeah.
But that all makes sense. And we know we need to be at 2,000 feet by the time we get to Elkin. And we're at 7,000 with plenty of
Time to
distance
go.
to go. We've got about 20 miles to go, so that's absolutely fine.
Juliet, when ready, descend 5,000 feet, KNH 1012.
And we're climbing, and we're descending rather quickly.
Okay, 5,000, 1012,
Descending at a
and the
decent
traffic,
rate, aren't
thank
we?
you, 12.
It's quite a decent long runway. I mean, you're only in an A319, so you might want to set your auto brakes to low. Do you want to have a look at your checklist
Actually,
on
I've
the
set
iPad?
it. Hang on, can we just see the charts?
Yeah, which chart do you want to see?
Airport.
The airport. Okay, there we go. Let's just transition across. There
Where's
we are.
runway 15?
There's 15, and we're going to park in a gate just up along here.
Okay, I'll put on me.
After heliport,
yeah,
direct
low.
heliport.
You're going to stay with low?
Medium. I'll put on medium.
Okay. Let's...
Because I think we've got a plane quite close behind us.
I think he may have just contacted us. That needs to be 1012. There we go.
Did he?
I'm not sure. He just radioed someone. Do you want to have a look at your iPad for the checklist?
Finnair 994, after heliport, direct heliport, Echo, Lima, Kilo, Uniform, November, descend to 2,000 feet.
After Helpo, direct Elkan, descend 2,000 feet, Finnair 994. Okay, so select 2,000, so you're ready on that. Pull it for the moment, and then go to your FMGC and go direct to Elkan. There we are, Elkan. And go. So, just to double check, we've done everything there, right? Barometric grips are set, seatbelts are on, minimums we've set, auto brakes we've set, engine mode signature is in the right position, landing, ECAM ammo, well, we haven't seen that yet, but we will see it in due course once we're on final approach.
Yeah.
Okay, so everything's looking good. Landing. Do you want to... we jumped that. Do you want to put it into approach phase, Ben?
Activate approach phase perf, activate approach phase, confirm approach phase.
Okay.
We're now in approach phase.
Very good. And correct, you pick the landing system. It's very good.
We're only 15 miles now. Where is Helsinki? It's over here.
You see it somewhere over there, isn't it?
That's Helsinki. I don't know where the airport is. I think that's the airport.
Maybe, yeah.
Because I know Helsinki airport's quite far away from the proper airport. So.
Finnair 994, via Elkan, Bella Alex
Oh,
approach
we did a
runway
little circle
15, report
over
launch
Turkey.
weather established.
Once overhead Elkan established for runway 15, we'll report established for Finnair 994. Right. Okay, so we've just got 5 miles to go now to Elkan. So let's get that descent rate speed. Just select vertical speed, pull the vertical speed button just there, pull that, and go down to about 1,800 feet. No, the other way, that's it.
Finnair 1 descent to
There we go.
feet.
So we'll be descending at 1,800 feet per
Let's
minute.
give it flaps 1 at this point, and a little bit of speed brake as well.
The thing is, we're
also want to-
descending quickly, which will give us quite a lot of speed.
It will, which is why it's good to, let's just miss the speed brakes. Let's do that. Do you want to arm your approach mode
On her.
and put on the second autopilot? That's right. And it's now going to capture the instrument landing system, the ILS, for us. You can see, look, if we look over here, you can see you're on that diamond there, so you're descending at the right rate, and the runway center line is just to your left. So we can now ease off on the 1800, take that down to about 1500, just slow up that rate of descent. That's it, here comes the localizer.
Finnair 1 Juliet, just going to sit direct to Elkan after Helpo.
2,500.
Finnair 1 Juliet, sorry if I forgot about that. Proceed direct to Elkan. Check that, Finnair 1 Juliet, no problem.
Okay.
Oh, there's the runway.
Yeah, just coming to sight now.
It's here.
Yeah,
There
we
it
are.
is.
Finnair 994 is established on the ILS for runway 15, 8 miles out.
Finnair 994, 23, 0 degrees 1 knots, runway 15, straight left.
Clear to land, runway 15, Finnair 994. Okay, so we've got our landing clearance.
Flaps 2.
Flaps 2.
We need to slow down. need to slow down. We're going too fast.
What's one way that we can effectively slow the plane down at this point?
Gear.
Yeah. Do you want me to put the gear down? And do you want to arm the speed brakes when we touch down?
Yeah. Flight descends in speed.
Juliet, yeah. Blair Elkun, clear out approach, runway 15, depart
Number three.
localized, direct up.
Yeah.
Elkun, clear out 15, call waypoints established, 1-2.
Okay, gear down and 3 green indicated.
Check.
And flaps full.
Flaps full.
Okay, so wheels.
I've had a lot of practice in landing the Airbus. So let's hope I do a good landing.
I think it's looking good so far. And just to say, Ben, that
At minimums.
as our checklist...
At minimum.
Huh?
At minimums, and
Oh
I'd
yes,
say.
at minimums, yes, that's a
Yeah.
good thing to do. At minimums, you will hear minimums called, and you'll say continue. if you're
Continue
happy,
or go around.
or go around if you're not.
Yeah.
And just going back to our checklist, next item was that the ECAM memo was complete, all green, and it is apart from cabin. I'm not even sure on the fly-by-wire.
It's not
whether-
simulated.
Yeah,
So
so we
Not
don't
to
need to worry
worry.
about that.
it's a bit off to the right, but
You are in a crosswind, actually. You've got a 9-knot crosswind from the right.
ooh,
It's looking very nice.
I think we are crabbing.
You are a little bit, yeah.
Hundred above. Minimum.
James is playing the drums.
Minimums.
Continue.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Oh, beautiful, Ben. Buttered that. Very good.
Didn't feel that good.
Oh, I think that was excellent. Right, take the brakes off. So just flick the brakes. We do have traffic behind us on final. That's it. I'll bring the flaps in. Speed brake. And you focus on taxiing, and I will help you with other bits and pieces. So I'm going to get the APU on for you. That was an excellent flight. Well done. I'll turn off your landing lights.
And taxi lights to taxi, strobes off.
Fall back onto Helsinki, taxi right Yankee, Alpha Charlie, stand 27.
Right, Yankee, Alpha Charlie, stand 27, Finnair 994, thanks very much. Okay, so just take it forward so we're definitely clear of the runway.
Fair 1, Juliet, wind 240, second base.
I mean, really, an A319.
So just before we do that,
Gate 27, isn't it?
yeah, gate 27, but we need to turn right onto Yankee. I think this is Yankee. Just pause 1 second there. Let's pull up the chart and have a look.
Yeah.
So looking back again at our chart here we are now, pulled off the runway. Yankee is to our right, so let's turn right onto Yankee, and then we're looking for Alpha Charlie. Wonder where Alpha Charlie is. But you turn right to start with, and we'll figure out where Alpha Charlie is.
Austria 705, good evening with you, one to hello.
Sounds a bit Chinese.
Might be, or it might be.
Austria
Japanese.
989, sorry, just my last, but it was in use.
Or it, that might be someone who's flying from Eastern Europe, maybe.
Yeah.
No, I
Or
love that about VATSIM. The fact
You
when
never-
you
you
fly
never-
to different places, we're talking to someone who is a Finnish controller.
Yeah.
That's great, makes it so realistic.
you can turn down the lights. It's a bit bright.
I have Intel 6 Alpha if possible, and runway ILS to left.
I think that is...
I think he's somewhere from the Middle East.
Okay, you're jumping around a bit here, Ben.
Intel 6 Alpha,
You started off in the Far East, now in the Middle
Thank
East.
you.
Right.
Which flight
Okay,
level shall I
so
descend now?
just...
I need to descend.
No, you carry on. You carry on. I'm just going to have a look further at the
Descending
gate
terminal
chart.
100
Got a plane coming in
thank you.
here.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have a look on the...
I think he diverted. Is he the flight from, I forgot what it's called.
Oh, I see where Alpha Charlie
That
is.
is Canon Austrian
I'm just going to
7989.
show our viewers here. Look, so if you look up here, Ben, you're on Yankee, and Alpha Charlie is left here.
Yeah.
So it's going to be on our left-hand side shortly, and stand 27 is then just on the left.
Is that left-hand turn here?
So this is one. Yeah, I turn left here, and I will get your stand ready for you. You focus on the taxiing, and I'll do the rest.
There's 27. Shim the spot and activate. Finnair, as we are. Ooh,
Yep, there it is. Look, perfect.
where did that Finnair 321 just come in from?
I don't know. Let's have a look, shall we?
I think he might have been the one who diverted.
KNH 1016, descending 5000 feet, thank you.
Turku, in Finland.
Yeah.
Yeah, his flight plan was Turku to Helsinki.
1012, sorry.
Okay, it's just because there was a flight going to Turku and he came back to Helsinki.
Okay. No, it's showing that he's got a complete line from Turku over to Helsinki. Look.
Yeah, okay, just
And he's
wondering.
just landed behind us. Excellent.
Hi Helsinki.
Have you been to Helsinki yet with on
No.
virtual? Okay.
And I've flown all the way from Iceland. Didn't know Finnair flew to Reykjavik. I knew Iceland Air did, because obviously that's their country. Wait, we're here.
Here's your gate. You might just... That's right. Slow it up a little bit.
You don't, that's not right. The gate's in the wrong position.
Okay. Let's see what happens once you've turned. Keep going, keep going.
I think we want to go about here, don't we?
Yeah. So you're a little bit to the right of the jetway, you mean? Yeah, fair enough. We
Good.
haven't configured this gate on GSX, have we? So
Don't think we've done any of them. I'm not going to get perfect parking, but
there we go. That'll do. That'll do, Ben. Otherwise, you're going to go in the building. There we are. Excellent. Well done. So let's just make sure you've got APU bleed on, so you're getting power from the APU, and then we can go engines off. And turn the lights off. Said that wasn't a very good parking, but I think you knew that because it just wasn't quite in the right place.
we don't see my area. Need
And
my
you're going to call out the jetway.
Yep. Request
Austrian
deboarding.
999, descending 2000 feet, clear to left runway
Does the door open or do I need to
report
do
you
that?
back on
Okay, it does.
localizer ILS.
There you go. Are you pleased with yourself, Ben? Having
Yeah.
flown this Airbus A319 all the way from Reykjavik?
That engine's still turning off. How's the...
Still spooling down. Are you proud of yourself? Are you pleased with your flight?
Yeah,
It's good, isn't it?
let me just... let's just get the N2 to drop a bit. We need to let that drop to
You
stop
turned off
recording.
seatbelts? You have, haven't you? Yes.
Yeah.
So everyone can start getting to plane shortly. So have you enjoyed your first flight
Yeah. But
on YouTube?
yeah.
Yeah?
This was my first flight on YouTube.
And you're proud of yourself for getting that plane down really smoothly.
Yeah. Oh, he's
Really
parking.
great
The
job.
flight from... What was
That's
the place
the
called?
flight from Turkey.
Turkey, yeah.
Okay. Well, I think what we need to do now, Ben, is say goodbye to our viewers.
Thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe.
Ben would love it if you did that.
Yeah, I would.
And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments box as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
And we will do some more flying very soon, won't we, Ben?
Yeah, I'm probably going to fly down
Well
somewhere
done,
like
son.
Heathrow.
Great job.
Yeah.
Bye for now.
Bye.